how to improve your discipline and actually build the dream physique you want. The problem right now is you're worrying too much about motivation. Motivation will fade, but discipline is what builds that dream body that you're looking for. So this is, if you feel like you're struggling to stay consistent, you're sluggish, you're just going day by day, not getting the results you want, this is for you. I'm gonna give you all the steps you need to actually implement and reach the dream physique that you've been looking for. So first up, the first thing to do, non-negotiable goals. These are goals like I want to be down 20 pounds in 3 months, the next 90 days, while also increasing my strength and hitting PRs, maybe reaching a 225 bench press, but setting that time frame and then actually working towards it. Because if you just say like I want to lose 20 pounds next week, that's not going to happen, bro. You can't do that. Like, yeah, you could starve yourself, you could do these extreme things, but they're not realistic. You might have these fantasies, these dreams in your mind, but they're never actually going to become true unless you actually write them out. Either, on a journal, you could just say it in your notes app, and start tracking these things. Start tracking your workouts. Start tracking what food you eat. Figure out the macros, all of that. That's going to get you to that goal where you're down 20 pounds and having bigger biceps. But if you just say, I need to lose 20 pounds next week, you're not going to actually do it. Because I don't think you have what it takes to suffer that hard. And it's not even optimal. It's not even what you want. You don't actually want to lose 20 pounds by next week. You want that dream physique, but it can't happen in a week. It's going to happen in at least 90 days. Probably not. It honestly takes 2-3 years, personally for me, to get in the best shape possible. That's how long it took me. It's not going to happen overnight. And that's why it's so crucial to set these non-negotiable goals. Like, you have to have realistic ones, not just made up BS. Oh, I need to get jacked next week. It doesn't work like that. You should know this by now. With work, school, you don't get a A+ on the test by just tomorrow. You have to put in the hours to study for that. You have to put in years of hard work to get that promotion in the job. It doesn't happen by next week from just dreaming about it. So set the goals and then set the actions, the daily actions that you need to hit every single day to get there. For me, that's going to be things like hitting 10K steps, actually doing a 1-hour weightlifting workout that I have on my program, and then actually trying to hit a PR in the gym, not just go through the motions, actually like striving for that. So that's going to be the first step. Set the real goals, set the daily habits, and start working towards it. But the thing is, you might actually get all that, right? You might have the programs, the plans, everything you need to get started to get that dream physique, but then you might slow down. You might fall off. You might look in the mirror and be, damn, I wish I was in that great shape, just like I was back in high school or back when I was younger. And the reason why you fall off, maybe because something comes up. There's some crazy situation that you get put in. I don't know. I don't know what it might be that causes you to stay inconsistent. Maybe you travel, you go on a trip, work gets tough, whatever. You fall off because you're not disciplined. So the next thing you have to really dial in is your discipline. Well, how do you build more discipline? How do you brush your teeth this morning? You just took up the toothbrush and you started brushing your teeth, right? How were you able to do that? The exact way you were able to brush your teeth is the exact way you're going to show up to the gym today. It's just a non-negotiable. If you have it on your program, you're doing it. You're doing it and you're making the sacrifices that you need to make to do it. Because what is the outcome? The outcome is you might get guys coming up to you saying, like, respecting you and asking you, whoa, bro, how did you grow that physique? Or maybe you get girls complimenting you. That's the outcome. That's why your discipline is so important. That's why you're doing this. You're doing this because getting in shape isn't just about getting in shape. It's about every other single dream benefit you're going to get from it. All the other life experiences that you're going to get from being in shape. And that's where discipline comes in, because you're going to be thinking about that every single time. Every single time you're tempted to fall for the short-term pleasure, You have to remind yourself of why you're doing this. And that should be a strong enough reason for you to resist the bad habits, for you to resist the fried chicken, that candy, the alcohol, the weed, all this bullshit that isn't going to get you to your goal. It's not. And having that discipline there comes in when motivation fades. The problem is a lot of you guys rely on motivation all the time. You're like, oh, I'm not motivated, so, I'm just going to take a rest day. Yeah, I'm going to take a rest day and, I'll just watch this, I'll just chill out today because I wasn't feeling like it. I didn't have enough energy and I got actually something going on. What? You're telling me you don't have 30 to 1 hour? You could get up right now and start picking up dumbbells in your house if you really have to that bad, if you're really that busy. So don't tell yourself I'm tired. Don't tell yourself these things. Like, don't say, oh, I can't get a six pack. That's too hard. That's too hard. It's too hard to achieve 10% body fat. I can't do it. Guess what, bro? You're speaking that into existence. What you need to be telling yourself is, I can. I'm gonna get that six pack. I'm gonna do whatever it takes. Oh, I'm tired. Does it actually, do I care? Do I care? Look what, today is chest day. I'm hitting that bench press. If I pass out, I'm passing out. Like, that's the type of drive you need to have. It's not like, oh, something came up, I'm busy, I don't think I can fit a bench press into my schedule. What? Then do some push-ups at home. Do weighted push-ups if you have to. So don't use the excuse. Don't speak these bad things. Don't talk yourself out of what you need to get done. And the more you do that, the more you procrastinate, the more things get put off, and they only become a dream to you. What you can do, though, is remove things. So remove all of the things that are tempting you that are going to hold you back. On top of that, get an accountability partner. So they know the shit that you need to remove. Go to the gym with one of the most jacked guys. Like, become friends with the most jacked guy in your gym and start doing his workout. Start asking him what he eats for breakfast and then copy that. And the more you do these good things, the easier it'll be to have that dream physique. And it takes a lot less discipline when you can just follow somebody else, when you can follow their steps. That's why people get so many personal trainers, because it's a lot easier to go when you can't. It's harder to say no to somebody else than it is to yourself. And you don't want to put them down. You don't want to tell your trainer, oh, sorry, I just wasted your time. I'm not going to be able to show up to the gym today. You'll feel like shit if you waste somebody's time. You feel like shit if you tell somebody, oh, let's meet at the gym today, and then you don't show up. What type of man are you if you can't? You're just an elf friend. So if you need to, have a workout buddy, have a personal trainer, have an online coach, have somebody there in your corner checking in on you like every single day. That's what I do with my clients, to make sure they don't miss, to make sure we make adjustments so they hit their goal without going in there with the guesswork blindly. Like, same thing with your diet and your work. Like, if you're going in without tracking your calories, you're going in blind. The thing is, yes, you can get in great shape without tracking your calories. But eventually, things are going to slow down and you're not going to know what to do. You can guess. You can say, oh, I can try cutting out my dinner here and maybe then I'll lose a couple more pounds. But your macros are all fucked up. Are you even hitting your protein goal? Or are you just eating like a little girl, 2,000 or starving yourself 1,000 calories? Your muscle's gonna fade away. And so you can make these risks, you can make these choices that you think are right, but you don't actually know if they're correct or not. That's what you'll understand when you track your calories, because you know what you need to do. You know how much food you're eating, you know if you're under eating or overeating. But if you never do that and you just go in blind, you're gonna get not the best results. You're here to get your dream physique, aren't you? That means you should be optimizing everything that you possibly can. Now, I'm not saying just eat chicken, rice, and broccoli, do all that, because that's boring. And it's bland, and it doesn't have the right micronutrients you need as well. So the real way to do it is go all in, no matter what. Balance, I hate when people say you need to have balance. Oh, One guy, one of my friends, he used to tell me like, you're already in shape. Why do you want to be in more shape? What the fuck? Excuse me? That's a pussy ass mindset. Because you can always be better. You can always be more jacked. You can always make a little more. You can always get a better thing. You can always, there's always room for improvement. And so with that mindset, like, oh, you're already jacked. Why don't you just stop? Well, for one, if I stop, like all my muscle will just go away. So I can't stop. For one, I can't stop because I'm not trying to lose my gains. But two, I want more. I'm never fucking satisfied. A lot of you are satisfied in the situation you're in right now. You're comfortable. You think it's okay to have a big ass love handle. You think it's okay to have saggy man titties. But when you go out to the beach, when you look in the mirror, you're like, oh shit, I actually look terrible. And then you get that realization. You need to be constantly feeling that pain, constantly feeling that uncomfortable. Like, look at yourself. That's why we weigh ourselves. That's why I tell all my clients to step on the scale every single morning, to take progress pics, because you get uncomfortable. If you don't like what that number on the scale, you're gonna get uncomfortable. It might piss you off that you're 20 pounds overweight. Well, are you gonna do something about it? Or are you gonna keep whining? Oh, I don't want to step on the scale. It's not the number I'd like. Too bad, do something about it. Take the steps that you need to take to actually get that number that you want to be at. You want to be 180 pounds, lean, jacked? Start weighing yourself and actually start striving to get there instead of fantasizing about it. So just start small with this. You don't have to make these huge jumps. You don't have to do like 2 hours cardio a day. None of that craziness. Start small with doing a 30-minute bicep workout. Doing a workout plan 3 times a week. 3 times a week is good if it's your schedule. Okay, maybe you're liking it a lot. You're getting really into the gym. Maybe you go 5 times a week next week. But you do something and you take those tiny steps. Maybe you missed out on your protein goal. So next Sunday, you're gonna meal prep 4 pounds of ground beef. You're gonna have a full fridge full of ground beef. That way you don't grab like the unhealthy shit and you grab the pound of ground beef for lunch. Taking these micro steps and building them up every single week, every single day, that's what's really gonna level you up. It becomes a routine as well. It takes I'd say about 30 days at least to make it part of your routine. So if you start going to the gym every single day or at least 3 times a week, you're gonna get really, really used to it. It's gonna be effortless, just like brushing your teeth. You don't have to think to brush your teeth, do you? No, of course not. You don't have to think to go to the gym. You shouldn't be having to think, what's the best optimal exercise? You just look at your program and you follow it. You stick with it. Stop thinking so much and start taking more action. Start hitting more PRs. Start lifting the heavier weight. Start adding an extra rep. That's why there's so many retards who just pick it up and just fucking go. They don't overthink. They don't need to ask somebody, oh, how much cardio should I do today? What bicep? They just do it. So you know what you need to do. At the end of the day, like, you can look up a push-pull legs. You can look up a workout program. You know what you need to do. You don't need to ask any more questions. I mean, maybe you do if you get stuck. But a lot of you guys, you know the program that you should be following. And you're just thinking about it too much in your head. So take those little habits. Set up the meal prep. Set up the workout clothes before you go to the gym. Fill up your water bottle the night before. So when you wake up, you've got a full water bottle. You've got your gym clothes out. You've got a ground beef full. You got your fridge full of ground beef. You've got bananas ready to go before the gym. All of it's already planned. So all you have to do is just take more action. Just follow the steps through. Just mindlessly go through your routine. And everything is so much easier that way. That's what you guys got to do. Build the habits, build the routine, and just follow through with it, stick with it. I appreciate you guys sticking to the end of this video. If you're looking for the step-by-step blueprint that's gonna get you to your dream physique, maybe 20 pounds down with more muscle, then apply for coaching, link in the description. or DM me on Instagram, train. Just DM me anything. I'll reach out to you. I'll see if you're a good fit. And if you are, we can start working together. Let's go. Peace, chat.